Hey everyone, James here. Thanks for tuning in and checking out this video. I'm super excited about this new YouTube channel I'm starting out, getting a feel for it all. But basically, I work here at Kentson Car Company in Bountiful, Utah, and I'm just using this platform to basically share a little bit more about Kentson, the things I know here, how we do things different, and just explain our whole process a little bit better. I'm not from the car world. I was new to it when I came in back in August, so coming up on a year relatively soon. And so I've learned a lot, and I don't know all the answers when it comes to the car world. I don't know what other dealerships are doing or this and that, but I do want to express how Kentson has made purchasing a vehicle easier, at least from what I can tell and see, and from my experiences that I've had with other dealerships as well. So thanks for checking this out. I'm super excited about this channel, and we're really just gonna dive into it. So first off, I want to go ahead and give you a brief review of, well, not a review, but basically a background of who I am. So a couple years ago, started out my own business. I had a couple businesses that I ran. I met the owner around, early on in that process. I was cleaning windows and I had a maid service company. When I was cleaning windows, I had met the owner. I eventually ended up cleaning the windows for the dealership and for their personal homes and whatnot. And that's kind of how I got to know Kentson. Initially, when I talked with the owner about having employment here, I wasn't too stoked on the idea. I'm not a big sales guy in terms of like door-to-door sales. I did that a couple summers down in Texas and absolutely was horrible at it. Came home early both times. Not a big fan of the whole car dealership world because of the experiences I had with other dealerships where it was just harassment and it was just lots of pressure and let's get you to sign this and let's talk about this and all this other stuff. And so I was just really turned off to it at the start because it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put people through it. That's not my style of selling. That's not how I did my own businesses. But as I came in to both locations in Bountiful and down in American Fork here in Utah, I kept checking it out. I kind of got a vibe for the guys who worked here as I interacted with them a little bit and noticed that it was very laid back and very chill. Eventually, as my businesses wore on, I lost interest in them, had a bunch of things come up, so I decided it was better to close them. And at that time, I looked for employment elsewhere, and luckily Kentson was hiring at the time, so I got a job here. I was able to come on and get a job and start working in the car world. It's been definitely a learning curve, I'll tell you that, that's for sure. But I have enjoyed working here. Honestly, Kentson is by far the best place to come and get a vehicle. And I don't just say that because I work here. Honestly, because go look at our Google reviews, Don't take my word for anything. Check it out, do your research. And that's what I really like. Probably the biggest thing I like about Kentson is we don't hide anything here. We always tell people, we'll tell them kind of the way we do things, and we'll say if you don't believe us, which I understand because there's lack of integrity, stereotypically speaking, in the used car dealership world, but go check it out. Go investigate it, go do your own research and let me know. But here's kind of how we do it. So I really enjoy that because I can be transparent with customers. Now, as a brief overview of what Kentson is and how they make things easier, I'll go ahead and give you kind of just a few quick points of what Kentson has done to make buying a used car easier. And then what I want to do is basically, I want to dive into each one of these points and then a few others and whatnot here and there, just to really dive in, figure out, pros and cons to each thing. And that's another thing that I like about Kentson is in almost every step of the process, they don't just give you one, oh, here's all we can do. I'm sorry, it's kind of a bad deal, but it's all you got. Very, very rarely have I ever had to do that. And that's in like worst case scenario, horrible credit, underwater on vehicle, those kind of situations. So hardly ever happens. Whenever I'm with a customer and I'm talking about different options, I always give them the pros and cons. Like sure, with a 60-month loan, you get a lower interest rate than an 84-month loan. But you also do get a lower payment with the 84 months, but you also have to look at the depreciation value of the vehicle so you don't get underwater. And then here's gap cover, and here's when it's pertinent and when it's not. So that's what I like, is it's more educating them on what I know instead of, oh, this will quote unquote, stereotypically make the most money or whatever. So here we go. I want to dive into 3 points real quick about why Kentson has made the process a little bit easier. And then I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick tour of the office, because honestly, I think once you see the office, you'll kind of get a better vibe on what we're trying to do here. We really are trying to make it different, so it's not like other dealerships that you walk into, and it does have a completely different vibe and styling to the business, which honestly really speaks well to me, and I like it. So 3 things I want to talk about are one, the cars, the type of cars we have. For the most part, when it comes to used vehicles, we're extremely picky about what we bring on the lot here. All of them are clean titles, clean Carfaxes, and majority of them come from personal and corporate lease returns. Now, the reason we chose that, there's a couple reasons why. One, we usually stick with cars that are coming off of 6 to 8 month leases, so they're still under factory warranty. What's nice about that is you purchase the vehicle and you already have coverage through the manufacturer for warranty, at least for a little bit. Normally it's anywhere from like a year to a year and a half left, depending on how much you drive. But what's nice about that is when you go to add extended coverage on it, which I will talk about that later in another video most likely, it's a lot less expensive to add it when it has the current factory warranty on it that's still valid than if you waited until after. So once your 3-year, 36,000 miles or whatever it is expires, if you then try to go get extended coverage, it's a lot more expensive than if you did it beforehand. So we like people having that option. 2, when it comes to corporate and personal lease returns, normally they're driven a lot less than personal and rental vehicles. So we're getting a lot of vehicles that are low miles. It's after that first year of purchase, so you're not having to deal with that big massive drop in value from depreciation that you normally have when you purchase a new vehicle. So that's really nice. And the condition of the vehicles are a lot higher quality than rental and personal vehicles because they have to be. When you go and return a lease, if it's not in certain condition or miles or anything like that, you can incur fees. And a lot of people don't want to have those fees, and so they watch how much they drive and what they do in the vehicle and everything. And so condition-wise, we're extremely picky. You're not going to show up here and you're not going to see duct tape. You're not going to see bumpers wired on so they're sticking there. Pretty much how you see them in the picture is how the vehicle is going to be. Now, every once in a while, there's maybe a little rock chip on the hood from someone driving it on the freeway, or a slight clear coat scratch or something. And we're more than happy to go ahead and send it up to our other building, have the guys buff it out, and do everything we can to just make it as best as possible. Now, they are used vehicles. It's gonna have something on it. It's not perfect. If you want perfect, we encourage you to go buy new. Honestly, if you have the money and you truly do want a perfect vehicle, please, I'm not stopping you. I'm not telling you to go do it or not. But if you want a perfect vehicle, buying new is always the best way to go when it comes to perfect vehicles. 2, I want to talk about financing real quick. A little bit different here than it is elsewhere. We finance through all the local credit unions here in Utah, and so all of our financing rates come from them. What's nice is by doing that, we're able to rate match, so you're not going to have to go out to each and every credit union, have them do a credit pull, figure out what rates they can get you, and all that whole process. So we go ahead and do that through our own system here. We're able to process the loan documents and print them all off here when you sign the paperwork for the vehicle. It's the same exact thing as if you went into, say, America First Credit Union, which is a major credit union here, and asked them for their rates and got the paperwork and everything. It's going to be the exact same. We're just taking that step out of your hands, so then you don't have to deal with it. And like I said, what's nice is we can actually rate match with other credit unions, so that you're not having to go everywhere to find the best. We can just give it to you right from the start, save you a bunch of time and headache. 3, very low pressure here. Honestly, I leave the decision making in the customer's hands. I give you all the facts. I'll even give you my input on the deal, but I'm not going to push you one way or the other. It's truly a place of no pressure. We don't go on test drives with you. I'm not going to come out as soon as you get back and hover over your shoulder. I'll answer your questions. I'll talk with you. I'm here to help you understand and help you figure out what's the best route to go and weigh the pros and cons. I'm not here to press you into some sort of deal that, that's not going to be the best for you. I truly want the best vehicle and best situation for you, because the worst thing that can happen is a couple years down the road or whatever, you get mad at me because now you're underwater on your vehicle when you go to get another one, or something else happens and you see it as my fault. So we're extremely clear, extremely transparent. We're very, very, I mean, as simple as it put it, very low pressure here. I mean, like I said, do your own research. Check out our Google reviews. Don't take my word for it. Go and look it up. So that's pretty much the three things that I wanted to go over right now. Now let's go ahead and take you on a tour. Okay, so this is the back office. I was just doing my video right here with that light. But this is back office, and by back office, it's not like the back office where the higher ups sit to where you can basically come back and, oh, does this deal work, that you normally give a dealership. So it's just honestly a room where we can print off more documents and store some supplies and stuff for the upfront. So let's go ahead and turn on our nice old-fashioned gas tank there. I'm just gonna flip the lights on. So here we are. This is Kentson. Here's the front door. So I walk in, this is what you're gonna see. Right here. Got a couple couches here to chill out at while you're just waiting for documents. What's nice is, going back to the financing and documents, honestly, hardest part of this whole dang process is picking out the car. After you've picked out the car, it's really quick. People can sign documents and be out of here, within 20 minutes. It's really not a long process at all. We don't drag you and waste your whole Saturday. So, got a couple desks here for some of my colleagues. They sit around and, talk to people, get them hooked up. 2 working stations there, and then another desk here. So, a couple big things to highlight. One, right here. Best State Award this year, again, for Kentson. So we really have built the credibility up. Like I said, do not take my word for it. Do not take anybody's word for it. Go do your own research, check it out. If you like us, come in. We'd love to help you out. And if you don't, hey, we understand. We understand. Honestly, sometimes I have people who just love to negotiate. They live for that. They want it. They crave it every day they wake up. And that's good. I don't like it. So if negotiation game is what you want, by all means, there are plenty of dealerships out there that'll do it. So, nice little goodie here. Taysom Hill signed this NFL helmet for us when he came and purchased the car. And then we got a few more recognition awards. So, we really are onto something here. We're trying to make people's lives easier. We're trying to make it better to come in and get a high quality used vehicle, be with somebody who's honest, and get the best deal. So if you have questions, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer any question about anything. Like I said, we're really trying to be transparent here. I'm more than happy to be transparent about anything. So just let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I'm gonna keep posting these videos. I'm gonna go ahead and pick out the next topic and start working on that one and just dive a little bit more into who and what Kentson is. All right, thanks again for tuning in. We'll talk to you later.